Absolutely delighted now to be joined by David Johnstone, who is still, as you know, the ICMA President. David, welcome.
Thank you.
So what have you got now? A couple of days left?
That's correct. It's Wednesday in which the torch is passed to Karen Pinkos, who will do a great job as President of ICMA.
She will, won't she? We interviewed Karen just a minute ago and she's got full of new ideas, hasn't she, for the future? So
very competent and intelligent person.
So let's have a little look at your year as President. Give me some of the highlights.
Well, I'm very pleased that we've been able to include and extend diversity, but at the level of international participation in this organization that we call the International City and County Managers Association. And some of the specific areas in that is we've been renewing associations and affiliations that we have with groups abroad. One of those is the Israeli Association of Political and appointed officials who have been in affiliation agreement with us, and we're delighted to renew that affiliation with them and push it down the road a little more. We also have done something that some would consider a little controversial. We went into the West Bank, and we have also linked up with the Palestinian Association of Local Government Officials, APLA, and they have reached out and they're very interested in ICMA and what ICMA has to offer to help people around the world be more competent in the work that they do in delivering services and quality services to their populations.
So when you meet all these folks from around the world, I know you were in my hometown of Manchester as well, weren't you?
Yes.
I think Karen was saying. When you meet all these folks, do you find that you share a lot of the same issues and concerns?
That's right, and I think that when we're really focusing on how we have to deliver services on the ground to people, there is the big commonality around the world. If we keep our heads below the radar screen of the issues that sometimes will be conflictual between nations, we realize that our government opportunity at the local level it allows us to really improve the lives of people, and we just stay below the radar screen on the politics and focus on how we can do better what we do in competently delivering services and making urban and county environments more livable for people.
And one of the other big issues you've been talking about this year is sustainability.
Yes, and that really links in with it. There are great examples around the world where people are realizing, officials and elected officials, that if we continue to develop around the automobile, which we've been doing for almost 100 years now, we're going to have some significant problems. We already do, not just gridlock, but in terms of our carbon emissions. But even if we were all to have electric cars, the territory that it covers to build the autoroutes that are adequate to serve all of our needs still will allow congestion. The bigger autoroutes also kind of are doing damage to the environment, and that we're interrupting the flowing of waters from here to there and the species that live in those. So we've been fun to witness around the world where, and I'll give you this one example, in Portland where there's a health sciences center on a mountaintop, and they were wanting to do an expansion to have about 25,000 people. Ordinarily, we would have built highways up to that site, but in the case of Portland, they decided to do an aerial tram that transports about 150 people at a time from down below up to the top. And so these are great innovations in sustainable development that are both attractive, enjoyable to use, and they're more friendly to the environment.
Thank you very much indeed for that, and thank you very much indeed for joining us. We really appreciate it as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
ICMA TV has plenty more exclusive content from the conference, which you can check out using the links to the right. Be sure to check back each day for brand new interviews, stories and coverage from the show. You can also travel back in time and revisit 12 years of ICMA TV by checking out our channel.